St. Louis Senior Citizen Center getting ready for this month's music bluegrass there. Don Willians, Kay Hudson, and his son, and so Don Williams' son there, so Joe Williams, and so we're getting ready. They're up there practicing, getting ready for what they're going to do. We're WCBN Channel 12, sponsored by East Hardware, Tennessee Ridge, Signature Healthcare Arlington Community. Here in Tennessee, they bring food up here quite often for their dinners. Houston County Drug Alliance, always trying to keep our children off of drugs, and Traditions First Bank. Getting ready to get started. We'll be with you in just a second. Bye, people. We got a little bluegrass going here. J.D. Lewis.
We often sing old songs together. I watched her do her little part. She smiled at me, and I would tell her that she was my sweetheart. Way down It ain't too loud.
Well, he's tired of hearing it. He's tired of hearing it. You know it's not your fault.
Quality finances, career.
I'll realize this. Don't you? Gee. Right at.
Oh, what do you do there in D?
See that?
I'm really.
I can't eat and I can't sleep. All I do is sit and breathe. And listen for your footsteps at my door. I keep asking myself why did we ever say goodbye? I guess I've shared a million tears. Oh my, you're always in my heart and on my mind. Once I thought my love had died, darling, here's what I find. You're always in my heart and on my mind. Seems I missed you most of all while I shed a stone. What a fool I was to ever let you go. If longing for you left, it bring you back to me sometime. I had to win you that dream hard. On my mind, on my mind. You're always in my heart, on my mind. Once I thought my love had died, darling, here's what I find. You're always in my heart and on my mind. You're always in my heart and on my mind. Thank you. We're riding the night in the high road in a real lonesome night. Think of the coffee and feeling so good, wondering why I left you behind. So get down, boys, go back home, back to your love. and the place that the whippoorwill, where I spent my happy childhood over the rocks and through the rills. I can see my dear old mother as around the place she goes. On my farm in Louisiana, where the old Red River flows. Adiole. You can hear the cattle lowing soft and low, and that twilight in the evening so low, so low. On my farm in Louisiana, where the old Red River flows. You can see that great white wave, and New York's Coney Island, where the liquor makes you gay. But I'm heading home to Dixie, through the snowy way I go, to my farm in Louisiana, where the old Red River flows. Maybe I ought to learn how to yodel, huh?
That was all. That was all.
Oh, James, well, I'll sing another good of you. Sitting on top of the world. I ain't done that in a while. You do it, Nate? Can you do it?
She went away. Now she's gone. You know, clapping for musicians is like making love to an old maid. You can't overdo it.
That's awful, ladies.
Which is what I did this spring.
Probably true, but that's all right. Oh, let's do a once and two. What? Yes, right there.
I started.
Oh, I'll pawn you my gold watch and chain, and I'll pawn you my gold wedding ring. I will pawn you this heart in my bosom, if you'll say that you love me again. Darling, how can I live here without you? I'll have nothing to cheer my poor heart. I know that song. Tell me now that we never will part. Oh, I'll pawn you my gold watch and chain, and I'll pawn you my gold wedding ring. I will pawn you this heart in my bosom, if you'll say that you love me again. So take back all the gifts you have given, the gold ring of your hair, the card with your picture upon it. It's a face that is false but is fair. Oh, I'll pawn you my gold watch and chain, love, and I'll pawn you my gold wedding ring. I will pawn you this heart in my bosom, if you'll say that you love me again. Simply say that you love me again.
This is an old tune called, it's an old English tune called Your Enduring Young Charm.
And I don't know it.
You don't know it?
I know it.
although I think he's the best politician around.
That way you can
I don't understand why he's never.
Oh, we do it, man.
Most there's been politicians
What man has done so much for this town? He fights for this town. And I don't understand why does it take an outsider like me to recognize it?
probably.
What did that do up at the hospital next?
They bought it.
Well, they said they were. Then they said they announced in church, everybody come last night because the board was killed. Vote all over the
So I guess we're in the hospital and ambulance business.
I don't understand it. I'm not sure I agree with it. It's nice to have the hospital, but I don't know if nobody would buy it. Just say not to go to this it saved a lot. I mean, it pays a lot of people's salaries too.
I agree with that.
Well, now that they own it, I hope somebody goes in there and does some work on it. I tell you what, you can't run the water in the bathrooms because the sink fills up. Oh,
Are you missing me? Are you missing me? Let's see. Watch your glasses. Hey. The pick is under your.
Anybody got any Gorilla Glue?
That's what he told me was, but didn't the day that I left you and told you goodbye, your lips told me that you would wait. But your lips deceived me and told me lies, while your heart was sealing my fate. Are you all alone with a memory? Now that I'm gone, darling, are you missing me? Down blue storm brewing in this heart of mine. This ain't no crazy dream, I know that it's real. You're someone else's love now, you're not mine. Raise the arms and reach to hold somebody new. For my yearning heart keeps saying you're not mine. And my trouble I know soon to another you'll be with. And that's why I'm lonely all the time. So please take the treasure dreams I have for you and me, and take all the love I thought was mine. Someday my crazy arms will hold somebody new. Now I'm so lonely all the time. Raise the arms and reach to hold somebody new. For my yearning heart keeps saying you're not mine. And my trouble I know soon to another you'll be with. And that's why I'm lonely all the time. Yes, that's why I'm lonely all the time. Indeed, dog. Back in the late 20s and the early 30s, there was an old man called Jimmy Rogers who was really young. He wasn't old at all, but he sung old songs about the train and all that stuff. Did a lot of songs about the train and they hatch up. Oh, and they did it. Let's see. Tonight as I lay on the boxcar, just waiting for a train to pass by. What will become of the hobo whenever his turn comes to die? There's a maker yonder in heaven, got a place that we might call our home. Will we have to work for a living, or can we continue to roam? Will there be any freight trains in heaven? Any boxcars in which we might ride? Will there be any tough cups for brakemen? Will they tell us that we cannot ride? Will the hobo jump with the rich man? Will they always have money to spare? Will they have respect for the hobo the land lies hidden up high. Will there be any freight trains, any boxcars in which we might hide? Will there be any top cuts or brakemen? Will they tell us that we cannot ride? Will the hobo chum with the rich man? Will they always have money to spare? Will they have respect for the hobo in the land lies hidden up there? Ole, yeah, yeah. You can do one. Or you want to eat one today?
What do I eat?
Pick up the nice one. Well, you do serve Latin, G. Hey, G. Oh, we got to take it off. And he had to take it off all day.
Get bad for best house in there. Best house for you. You'll take it. I was standing by my window one cold and cloudy day when I saw that first rolling that to carry my mother away. Will the circle be unbroken by my Lord by and by?
sunshine, and to be here alone in this big old city, knowing you on my mind. Oh, blow your whistle, freight train, blow it farther on down the track. I'm going away, I'm leaving today, I'm going, and I ain't coming back. Used to charm me, hypnotize me, like a fool, Lord. I've been dreaming your lying blue eyes told on you. For a long time I have loved you, and I thought that you love me too. Just this morning, over coffee, your lying blue eyes stole over you. Your lying blue eyes used to charm me, hypnotize me, through and through, like a fool, Lord. I've been dreaming your lying blue eyes just told on you. Charm me, hypnotize me, through and through, like a fool, Lord. I've been dreaming your lying blue eyes just told on you. Your lying blue eyes just told on you. Helen, you got blue eyes. You have, okay. I'm blue eyes. Okay. Don't they make your brown eyes turn blue? No, halfway through like me. When the last breath of life has gone from my body and my lips are as cold thee. When my friends gather round at my farewell party, won't you pretend you love me? There'll be flowers from those who cry when I go and leave you in this old world alone. I know you'll have fun at my farewell party. I know you'll be glad when I'm gone. Don't be mad at me for wanting to keep you till my life on this old world's through. You'll be free at the end of my farewell party, but I'll go away loving you. And there'll be flowers from those who cry when I go and leave you in this old world alone. I know you'll have fun at my farewell party. I know you'll be glad when I'm gone. Yes, I know you'll be glad when I'm three gospels. You can't do that as soon as I reach Calvary. You do that as soon as I reach Calvary. It'll be all right. Yes, good. Back down to that.
If I was a sinner, I'd give it all I did. I'd quit on my singing and work on the building too. I'm working on the building. I'm working on the building. I'm working on the building for my Lord, for my Lord. It's the Holy Ghost building. It's the Holy Ghost building. It's the Holy Ghost building for my Lord, for
Yeah. I don't believe this thing got much into it. I don't think it's no turn. It's just a straight through song. It ain't no. Here's a song that Char invented me to. Or introduced me to it. She didn't invent me. Anyway, I like it. I've never made a fortune. It's probably too late now. Oh, but I don't worry about that much, 'cause I'm happy anyhow. As I go along life's journey, I'm reaping better than I sow. I'm drinking from my saucer, 'cause my cup is overflow. Ain't got a lot of riches, and sometimes the going's rough, but I got a friend in Jesus, and that makes me rich enough. I thank God for all His blessings and the mercy He bestowed. I'm drinking from my saucer, 'cause my cup has overflowed. Oh, sure, I've been through some rough times, and I'm sure that there were times, well, when my faith got a little slim. But you know what seemed like just one day all at once? The dark clouds left and the sun started shining again. So Lord, help me not to grumble about the tough roads I have sown. I'm drinking from my saucer, 'cause my cup is overflowed. And if I should go on living, and the way gets steep and rough, I won't ask for other blessings. I'm already blessed enough. May I never be too busy to help another bear his load, and keep drinking from my saucer, or my cup is overflowed. Yes, I'll keep drinking from my saucer, 'cause my cup is overflowed. Thank you, Shaw. I love it. That is a good song.
That's a good song.
It's a little touchy for me to do the talking part. I can't walk and talk at the same time. It makes it hard on me. Let's see, JR, if you had a good gospel song, then we I know one more. Let's do one more. Helen, you can sing along with me on this. You probably know it. Okay. No, do yours. No, do it.
What is it, the long way train?
Good. All right.
They would never know. Here I am.
On a dark stormy night, the angel falls,
All right, Helen, you can sing along with this. I know you know it. I want to walk through the valley with Jesus someday. Hold to his hand as we go on our way. Then walk through Jerusalem and kneel there to pray. Let me walk with you, Jesus, through heaven someday. I want to stand on the rock like Moses once did. See the commandments and hear what you said. That if I'll be faithful and do things your way, I can walk with you, Jesus, through heaven someday. I want to walk with you, Jesus, through heaven someday. The streets of gold and silver pathway, and I'll rejoice with my loved ones who travel your way. Let me walk with you, Jesus, through heaven someday. Lead me up to the place of the cross once again, where with the ultimate price you died for my sins. Then let me be patient till that judgment day, when I can walk with you, Jesus, through heaven someday. I want to walk with you, Jesus, through heaven someday. The streets of gold and silver pathway, and I'll rejoice with my loved one who travel your way. Let me walk with you, Jesus, through heaven someday. I'll rejoice with my loved ones who travel your way. Let me walk with you, Jesus, through heaven someday. This week and this month too. So thank y'all for coming. We had a mighty fine time again. Always do. We made 2 or 3 bobbles, one mess up, and one goof. My dress fell down only once.
I want to thank Kay personally. You know, I want to thank Kay personally. Me, because I did.
Kay wanted to do one more. I don't reckon it's perfect.
Now you can't go home if you're going to the meal. There's a bridge you washed out at the top of the hill. Yeah, now the big creek's up and the little creek's a level up by my corner with a double shovel. Stay all night.
stay a little longer. No, I don't see why you don't stay a little longer. Our time's up, that's right. Oh, thank you, Kate, for sitting in with us today, buddy.
Well, while we're thinking about it there, Meals on Wheels would like you to make March for Meals a success. They're collecting donations to support their March for Meals to help pay for seniors in Houston County who receive Meals on Wheels in Erin and Tennessee Ridge. To help pay for that senior dining, just make a donation to Meals on Wheels at P.O. Box 852, Erin, Tennessee 37061, or you can stop by at 241 Arlington Street in Erin, Tennessee. They'd like to you to help them if you can. That's March on Wheels, Meals for Wheels and Dinner at Senior Dining. They can be reached at 931-289-3460 if you need any information on that. Again, Meals on Wheels at 289-3460. Sponsors, starting with Ace Hardware, they can be reached at 721-2500. They're located at Gray's Crossing there in Tennessee Ridge. That's on Highway 49. That's Ace Hardware. You can reach them at 721-2500. Ace Hardware, your friendly hardware place. Signature Healthcare, where quality of life is their mantra. Located in the Arlington community of Erin, Tennessee. They can be reached at 289-4141 for any information you may need. From a dream to reality, Traditions First Bank. They can be reached at 289-5500. It doesn't matter whether it's a banking account, a checking account, buying a car, or a house there. Check them out. Houston County's only hometown children daily, whether it's a simple volleyball or show or anything. Just to keep it on.
And electrical and heating and air conditioning for all your plumbing, electrical, heating and air conditioning needs. Call us at 931-289-4301. We install rude, reliable heating and air conditioning products. Call us at 931-289-4301. Call us today.
Again, Cooling, and their offices are at 2211 West Main Street here in Erin, Tennessee.